Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, Psycho Worldwide, in association with One Mind Entertainment, proudly brings to you two of the greatest podcast hosts in the world. I am Crazy Kevin. He is Dan Jones, and we are two Fat Guys Podcast. Welcome, welcome, welcome. What it do?
What's going on, homie? How you feeling today, man?
It's Preakness Day here in Maryland.
Right.
Leg two, the Triple Crown. I found out that there will not be a Triple Crown winner because I never horse won. So when they go on to New York for the Belmont, it's gonna be whoever. So man, it's another day here in B-More. We holding it down, doing strong. Had some errands to run, so you know how it is.
Down here, it's raining cats and bugs down here, man. The storm on its way up there to you now.
Nah, we straight. Like, we don't it's rain and everything.
It's coming.
It's not. It's not. We done had enough rain, bro. We good. We Gucci.
I feel like Six Flags came down here.
For real?
Yeah, bro. I might as well wake up in the morning, go get my trunks on. Let's go out.
You know what? You dumb man. You right in Atlanta, Kings and Million and Busch Gardens. So I don't know why you said Six Flags.
That's what I'm saying. It's like 6 different water parks around me, bro, and I can't swim. But I can float, though.
I'm about to say your fat ass should be able to float. So
I'm not fat. I'm pleasantly plump and well-rounded.
The pleasantly plump thing, I'm not even mad at. It's the well-rounded. Like, what
the
hell?
I've been working on my shape. Oval. I'm getting there.
You are oval. I'm oval too. Well, maybe not as oval as you are, but I'm definitely.
We both like the T-Plain and peanut M&Ms.
Right. I'm not with you, y'all.
He does exist. They do exist.
I don't understand how two fake. I never understood how two fictitious characters didn't know the other one existed.
Right. Y'all are born with the Easter Bunny and everybody.
That's all I'm saying, y'all. That is all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. So, we got a doozy for y'all tonight. We are going to be talking about, and this is my man section right here.
Yeah.
Tonight we're gonna do number two to the most disrespected MCU movies, and tonight is going to be Wakanda Forever. I can't make a fist with this hand yet, but so.
I'm just banging myself in the chin. But yes, man, Wakanda Forever is one of on my list for most disrespected movie. And once again, when we say disrespected, it doesn't mean it's a bad movie. It just means that when you looked at it, it's pretty much you looked at it for what you saw and not for what was in it as the message. Tonight, I'm going to break it down and give you every message that you probably missed or you probably just decided not to look at because of everything else that was going on in the movie. So
I also feel like some people was biased of it because, Chadwick Boseman wasn't in there. Some people felt like it shouldn't have happened.
Sure,
but if you follow the story, eventually his sister took over. So unfortunately, his death just expedited that storyline. Because you can't first of all, it'd have been sacrilegious and disrespectful for you to try to fill somebody else to play that role.
That's bad.
So shout out to Disney and MCU for not going that route because I think that would have pissed off more people than anything.
To me personally, I'm fine with you. Keep the movie, kept filming the movie. I'm fine with that. But like you said, if it had been another T'Challa that fast, I'd have been probably upset. Like you probably had this man in the back pocket the whole time.
Right.
But however, let's get this underway. Case number 2, Wakanda Forever, directed by Ryan Coogler, starring Angela Bassett and Letitia Wright, amongst 59 other people. I'm not naming all of them because we have a lot. So
Yo, can I just add right quick how Angela Bassett has never aged, yo.
that is the most unique chocolate I have never seen. How Queen Ramonda looks the same way she did when she was Stella.
Right. Right. Like this woman don't age, yo. Like it's crazy.
That's up there with Taraji. She still looked the same from Baby Boy.
No, she Taraji's aging gracefully. Like you can start to see like the smile lines right here. You know, but like as far as like crow feet and nah, nah. You know, crow's feet. That's what the one that got the wrinkles in the eyes. That's called crow's feet.
Oh,
You got a whole wife at home. You don't even know this. You got a wife and a daughter.
They don't have crow feet. They got like pigeon toes.
Sean, what did we say that's not PG? All that we just said was that this woman has not aged at all. So I don't know what you're talking about that's not PG, sir.
I'm not PG. I'm DJ. There's a big difference.
No, I'm a DJ. You are DJ. I'm a DJ, but you're a DJ.
Nobody's perfect.
Yo, real quick, I just want to know something. Can you hear this?
Yeah.
Okay. That's all I wanted to know.
It's not like battle rap. With how they go like this? I got you from afar. Lift your head up and drop you to the ground. Have you bounce back up the guard.
I'm not with you. Hold on. I ain't gonna ask you to do it again. I was trying to get it. But Sean is sitting here saying what you said. What did he say? They came out real slow. Like I ate like my teeth move before my lips do. What did he say that wasn't PG?
I said about the chocolate that you never had, something like that.
I mean, she is chocolate, and you've never had her, so I don't see anything you said that was wrong. Courtney, her husband, he was the original black lawyer from Law and Order. Like, so just to let you know, the black dude with the glasses.
Courtney B. Right?
Huh? Yeah, that's her husband. So he married that chocolate when they.
I love them in This Is Us.
Yeah.
He made me feel.
Anyway, it's what I heard as soon as I joined. So you don't even know what the full subject matter was, Sean. So you just, Anyway, moving on. What's your synopsis, y'all?
So basically, the synopsis is, it's right after the death of Black Panther or T'Challa. They find that he died from an illness. They trying to cure him, but at the same time, once he dies, they're being attacked by the government and the underwater city at the same time. So that's what we're about to get into. Let me know when you're ready. You ready?
Go.
What didn't you know about BP? You ready?
I'm ready.
Before the first Black Panther, guess who was about to try to be it? You would not even believe.
Well, before Chadwick Boseman, somebody else wanted to be Black Panther.
Mm-hmm.
Idris Elba?
Hell no. I ain't Black Superman. No, not doing that. No. Wesley Snipes. Wesley Snipes. Can you really picture that though?
No,
Not only him, Beedman Hunter, which is the dude from Amistad.
no. I mean, at least he African.
Yeah.
He wouldn't have had to do an accent. He already had it.
So it was them two, Dwele Akamuye. I'm probably messing up his name. I apologize to you. He was the dude who played Killer Croc in the Suicide Squad.
I can see that.
Okay. Now, before he was talking, Anthony Mackie.
Nah.
Hmm.
Look, you name some great actors.
Right.
Um, and I'm not taking nothing away from their skill trait or their skill set, excuse me. But Chadwick Boseman brought something that none of them actually had, or like they don't have abundance of it.
It was pure.
Yeah, and he brought this calmness to the character. You know, so even when he went towards the nation and he was talking, he always talked like a diplomat. Like he was always an ambassador for Wakanda, and he spoke as such. He had such a level of class about him that I don't think, and definitely Wesley Snipes could not have nailed.
He Chadwick Boseman was Barack Obama if he put on a suit.
Yeah. See, Chadwick Boseman had this gift of becoming the person. Like when he played James Brown, for a minute you thought he was James Brown. When he
Good guy.
played Jackie Robinson, you thought he was actually Jackie Robinson for a little bit. So he knew how to embody and catch the essence of the character that he was portraying. I don't Now the dude from Amistad, yeah, I mean, you did it when you was playing a slave, and I get that. So yes, you had the ability to do that. Wesley Snipes does not have that ability to take on a character, and that's a heavy character where you have to have that balance of diplomat and vigilante at the same time. Because he had to, because there was a switch that had to come on when he put the Black Panther mask on. He couldn't be diplomatic. He couldn't. He had to go with butt.
And then I think if he'd have had that role, people from our era would have just seen Blade. We would have just seen Blade. We wouldn't even seen Black Panther.
No, we wouldn't. Right, you absolutely right. And Naeem is right also, where he said he brought pride. You felt
No.
pride of, like, you felt pride as a people. He felt loyal. He felt royal, and yeah, he was. Because think about it, when Black Panther first came out, bro, how many of us was walking down the street to complete strangers, especially other black people, going Wakanda Forever?
You're right. I actually went to the movie theater to see that people were actually dressing up in the dashikis. I was like, well, wait a minute.
Right. Well, shout out to Raji, Naeem, and Sean for tuning in. Appreciate y'all.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, man, but that's crazy though. So I couldn't see. It's almost like saying, like, you when you said that Tom Cruise wanted to be
Iron Man.
Iron Man.
Yeah.
And I can't see it.
There's certain characters for certain people who just, it's just a given.
Yeah.
And once you see it, like when he played Thurgood Marshall, I was like, ah. But when you see in the movie, it was like, oh, I bet.
Right. Like I feel like he doesn't take roles, or he didn't take roles that he couldn't embody. Especially if he's playing, and I know some people may disagree with me what I'm about to say. When you're playing historical characters like Thurgood
Thurgood.
Marshall,
Yeah.
Robinson, James Brown, hell, Black Panther. You know what I mean? Because to us growing up, Black Panther was historical. That was the only black superhero that we could relate to, out of somebody that looked like us. Because you grew up watching Superman, Batman put a cape on to become black.
No cape.
So, and then he wasn't even all that black. He was gray. Like, he was gray looking. So, only thing that was black on him was the bat emblem on his chest.
You're right. You're right. Surrounded by yellow.
Surrounded by yellow.
One more fact before I get into it. The
Okay.
lady, Dominique Thorne, who was playing Riri Williams in this in Wakanda Forever, tried out to be Shuri for the first Black Panther.
I can see that though. I could have saw that. So I mean, that could have went either way. I like the girl they picked, or the woman I should say that they picked.
But I think I know why they didn't pick her though.
It had to be something.
I think she wasn't tall enough for the role.
Probably.
Because in real life she's short. She's like 5'5". Shuri is like at least 5'6", 5'7".
Right.
So I mean, yeah, it worked out in the favor for everybody. Like they called her back 4 years later to do the sequel. 2 years later.
Right. And plus, I don't think she had the build either, because she's slender, but she doesn't have an athletic body. Well, like the girl that played it, because you gotta think about it, like what they're doing in the movie, and even the character from the comic book had like an athletic toned body.
Right. You right.
So that's one thing I will give Disney and MCU credit for, like that, as far as the movies go. They're trying to keep the
Authenticity.
thank you of the
I
character.
was with you.
I appreciate it. Of the characters together, of the characters for the movie, so that way, the nitpickers are going, hold up, yo. I thought, Black Panther was, 6'1". Why they got a dude that's 5'8"? Like, cause you got people that's gonna do that. You're gonna have the nitpickers. So I give them credit for trying to be as authentic as possible with the character.
That was the Nick Fury theory, because in the comic, Nick Fury was white.
Yeah.
But then you gave it to Samuel L. Jackson, it was like, oh.
But what white guy can really play Nick Fury?
It got real quiet, and
unless you get somebody that look like Snake from Metal Gear Solid in the voice, that's the only way, yo.
Yeah, you know who they had him play? Who played Nick Fury in the past on TV? David Hasselhoff, bro.
No,
He was Nick Fury on TV before.
I don't remember that. And maybe I saw it, and my mental was like, no, because that's Michael Knight from Knight Rider.
That's all I see him as. That's all I see.
I know. I see him as the dude from Baywatch, but out of everything, he's Michael Knight.
I see the red suit and the black leather jacket. I'm like, I need a car. Woo, woo.
Like, Kit, where are you? I need you.
Yeah, this guy doesn't have a power wheel calling the Kit.
Yo, stupid side note of Knight Rider. You know the teacher from Boy Meets World?
He played the voice, right?
Yeah, he was the voice of Kit. Yes.
But he still sound like it. I just want to tell him sometimes, just one time, just say turbo boosters.
No, it was a couple things I would love to hear him say just randomly on Boy Meets World, like, Michael, I'm on my way. Like, who is Michael? There's not even a character on the show named Michael.
Do you realize they did that on purpose? They didn't have characters with certain names because it reminds you of him talking as Kit.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. And shout out to Kristen Harris, who's a friend of mine, dear friend of mine. She's watching us, so shout out. Thank you for joining us.
Hi, Kristen.
Kristen.
That's what I just said. It's the country accent. I'm sorry.
No, you're not. But you're from Baltimore, and so is she. So stop playing.
What up, shorty?
No, we just lost her.
The first time I lost somebody.
You know what?
Yeah, so one point I'm about to make is Shuri buries herself in her work after the death of her brother. She no longer believes in the heart shaped herb. She's literally believing in science. She's basically taking the Iron Man role. She's pretty much making weapons and suits just in case something goes down. She's so engulfed in her work that that's all she does now, is just work, work, work. Just because of she couldn't save her brother in time. So I think that's what a lot of people can relate to when something go down. What we always say is people.
Let me find out they know each other. I'm gonna be real mad. But go ahead.
Hey, what we always say is people that the show must go on no matter what.
Right.
So like she did when her brother died, she just started building suits. She built suits, new armor, new weapons, everything just for that.
Yeah, she took that. She definitely went the Iron Man route, but Iron Man did it. They did it for the same reason, but the same purpose with different reasons. Because like he did it because A, he couldn't figure out what to do with his life, and B, he was afraid of dying. So that's why he kept working on the suits. And I'm assuming that's the connection, that's the bridge
Right.
down to, is that she felt like if she had the right suit, or if her brother had the right suit, then he wouldn't have died.
And I think as well, what happened with Iron Man, the battle in New York probably changed. It changed his life forever.
Yeah.
So and then I secretly think he didn't trust nobody on his team. That's why he made a suit to take out every one of them, kind of like Batman. I think if you are a scientist or somebody who is involved in a lot of tech, that's what you do to prepare yourself for everybody else. You over prepare. That sounds like me. You over you over prepare yourself to go the far distance, even when everybody else is not there. So yeah, that is a good point with Shuri and Iron Man. I like that. Let me see here. The next one part of that movie was vibranium detected in the ocean. Something that Wakanda never thought would ever happen. That was vibranium found outside of where they're from. Shuri made up a good point that it could have been two meteors that crashed. One crashed on the land, one crashed in the ocean. By when the meteor hit the earth, you know it splits because it goes into the atmosphere.
Right.
So one hit land, one hit the water that they never knew about. For generations, they only knew about this one meteor that hit the earth. And now they find out that it's vibranium in the ocean, which brings a whole nother aspect to this movie, to the situation in Wakanda. With that being said, it was France and US attacking Wakanda's science lab. So Wakanda has a ship that sits on the outside of their land that they do their scientific discoveries on. So everybody kept saying there was vibranium in the ocean. They trying to find it, in which they never could, because to them, there's no point. So by T'Challa being dead, everybody's trying to join forces, aka the United Nations. Was trying to get back to Wakanda because Wakanda agreed to share their resources on the vibranium, but never did due to the fact that Queen Ramonda is now taking over Wakanda since T'Challa's gone. She don't trust the United Nations to do what they supposed to use it for.
So I'm gonna ask you. So Naeem actually has a question. It's a really good question too. Why it seems like water vibranium was 10 times better?
Because they're blended with a natural element, which was the water. If you noted in the movie, their water bombs, it was a plain water balloon that was about as big as a football, and it did 10 times the impact. Yeah, Wakanda used it for their protection and their shields, but at the same time, they used it for their guns. But Namor and his people, they used it to battle. And when you use it for two different reasons, you're going to get two different results. Wakanda used it for protection. Namor people used it for war and battle to prepare themselves to go after the Americans and the United Nations, who kept drilling in the water to try to find vibranium. Because every time you went down there to get there, to look for that vibranium, you got by them. Because that other media is in their land. They're using that other media of vibranium as the sunlight in the water. That's how powerful it is down there. Mix it with the natural elements that's in the water. it is 10 times as strong just because of that fact. When nature meets nature, it's a difference. You seen what happened in Dubai?
We ain't gonna talk about that.
Yeah, when nature meets nature, that's what happens.
All right, so Naeem said African vibranium was selfish. LOL. Only the Black Panther in my Forrest Whitaker voice could drink it. LOL.
I got,
Water people, everybody had it.
I got this. Only the Black Panther can drink it. He's fine. But he was
You're not
right though.
helping, Naeem. You're not helping.
He was right though. Wakanda was selfish. That was the main purpose of Killmonger in the first one. Stop being selfish with what you got and share it with people. But the thing was, they didn't want to share it with everybody because you don't know how they was going to use it.
Right. That makes absolute sense. You
Oh,
can't trust the human race.
right. So I'd rather keep it to myself and my people than give it to you because I don't know you. I've seen
Right.
what
We
you
developed the
do
atomic
before.
bomb and we developed an atomic bomb and immediately erased a whole country.
And basically, they're basing it off of Iron Man. Because you know, when they never met Iron Man for real, but they know the history of his weapons. Majority everything came man made. You use them to destroy. They using them to protect. That's the whole difference between them. They don't use it to be like,
No,
oh,
I can see that, but you gotta like Stark Industries was a government, like they made weapons for the government. And even when Tony found out that like his weapons, I think it was the second Iron Man movie,
it, the ending of the first one, early in the second one, yeah.
when he found out that his weapons was being used by terrorists, he got completely pissed because he was trying to figure out how they even got a hold of them because they wasn't supposed to have it. These weapons was made for the U.S. government.
Right. That
So
just
I can see I can see why Wakanda would feel the way they felt, but at the same time, like your original president was part of the UN. He went to the UN. I mean, unfortunately, he got killed at the UN, which is how we got introduced to Black Panther in the
right.
Avengers movie. So it's kind of weird that they would feel that way, but knowing that Tony Stark's or Stark Industry actually had the best intentions, like they wasn't using the weapons to destroy, they was using the weapons to protect. But then when the terrorists got it, that was something different.
And there's always that one person because if you look at that movie, it was somebody that grew up with him who was selling the military weapons on the side.
Yeah,
Somebody who raised you the same way your daddy did, and basically getting more money. He's profiting from what you're doing on the other side. So I think Wakanda was absolutely right for you can't trust nobody over there. Everybody over here has one goal. Y'all are greedy over here. So why am I going to share my information? My son agreed, but I'm not my son.
but in the end, Wakanda wound up sharing the vibranium.
But at the end of the day, you kind of really don't have a choice because you really going to need us sooner or later.
Right.
So, hey, we'll get into that point later on into this. My next point, the arrival of Namor. Namor is a Submariner, which is he's half human, quote unquote half mutant, because he's able to breathe on land for a certain amount of time. It's like kind of like a fish. He can breathe, but after a certain while, when he starts to get dry, he needs to get back in that water. And also, he can fly. He has wings. I don't know what part of the comic book decided to make him a pigeon, but hey, it works out.
Why all of the birds you could have named, you named him a pigeon? He could have been a hawk. He could have been a boat. He could have been a vulture. He could have been anything. But you named him a pigeon. Like, you know, the pigeon is like the most disrespectful ghetto bird next to seagulls. Because seagulls will just come and snatch your food out your face.
Seagull was my next bird, but pigeon came up the best because they were actually more disrespectful, especially for what Namor did in this movie was very disrespectful, but it was very honest at the same time. He warned you, stop playing with me before I flood your city. And you pimped me. So now I gotta show you what I mean. hmm Now you think about it, disrespectful pigeon, disrespectful Namor. Right after that, did you really?
Yep.
Did you really? All I did hear is the Don DeMarco.
Yo, Naeem said he was a blue version of a Red Bull.
Go to bed, bro. Go to bed. All right. So Namor pretty much tells them that they need to find the person who created the vibranium detector. Vibranium detector is which they got a machine in the water who actually found the vibranium that is in the ocean, the bottom of the ocean. The actual vibranium detector found out where Namor lived there in the water. But before they got the systems off, they sent out the message to the United Nations. They destroyed the machine. So when they got in contact with Shuri and Ramona, Queen Ramona, on the beach, Namor pretty much told him, like, look, you got to help me get this young lady before the United Nations and the rest of America and the world come after us and try to take this vibranium, not from you, but from me. And if you don't want to help me, I'm just going to let you know I got more armies than you got blades of grass. That is very deep if you even think about what he said. He has more men in his army than you have blades of grass. You are deep, sir, in the ocean. I need that there's as many people down there. So when Queen Ramonda and Shuri sit back and go back into the Wakanda to actually talk about what's going on, they had to discover a plan and find this young lady, which they find her in MIT in Boston. Is Okoye, which is the general for the Dora Milaje, Shuri, they're also going up there to find out and persuade her to come back with them without using brute force. Within that, she tries not to go because she has quantum physics left or some kind of equation class she needs to get rid of before she even goes back to doing anything. But however, they persuade her to go because she don't know how to deal with this merman guy. Riri never heard of a guy with wings on his ankles trying to come at her. That's the last thing she wants. And just for you to find out that,
Realistically speaking, would you?
you right. I don't like the fact that she tried to use the black girl magic roll that fast in the movie.
Why?
Because within the movie, within that college scene, she was like, how fast did it, Shorty asked her, how fast did it take you to build this? She said a couple months. We're like a couple months. Like, yeah, it took her that long to figure out the dynamics of the whole machine and everything. She basically made the machine as a school project. It wasn't meant to be by the government, but once they found out, you're in MIT. Somebody's going to snitch and realize that you did something crazy that can be used in the government in real life.
Yeah.
Yeah, at MIT at that. So they find out, and you get surprised that, yo, it's a school project. And they're like, hey, you made that one. There's only one person in the world that can make another one. Now the government is after you. So you got the government on you, and then you got Namor on you, and the only place you feel safe is in Wakanda, but you don't want to go because you got class. And then you say, well, being young, gifted, and black. No. That ain't got nothing to do with it. You could have been a white person made this whole machine. It would have hit different, but because it's Black Panther Wakanda Forever,
It hit different.
it hit different. But it's Fridays.
No. But you gotta look.
I had to look different past when she said it because I had to look past that part. I knew it was going to be a line saying that sooner or later.
Right, but you had to look at the past history of gifted black women in science. And we talked about this really, really briefly.
With figure.
The show was like Finding Numbers. Finding Numbers, I think the movie was called. With the black women that actually put the men, they came up with the equation, the way to put them on the moon.
Right.
So, and that's just 3 black women that did not get the recognition that they should have gotten at the time. And it's a bunch of black women who never really got the respect in science that they should have gotten.
Boy, you talking
I
right.
can so I can kind of see why she played the black girl magic card.
Right.
Because a lot of them don't get that respect. And I think that was kind of like Marvel's way of saying, hey, we get it. It is a lot of gifted black women out here in science, and we do want to acknowledge you.
Okay.
That's just me. I could be overreaching.
No, you good. I did everything. I had to think about it that way after time. Like, all right, after seeing it for like the 30th time, I was like, all right, bet.
Right.
I know where y'all going with it. You didn't have to, but it was needed, but not necessary.
No, if it's needed, it was necessary.
You think so?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, because of everything I just said.
Right.
It's their way of paying or giving recognition to the fact that yes, black girl magic is real, and we respect that.
Shout out to Kevin Feige.
There you
go. Within this, when they're trying to escape, they find out that Riri has been building an Iron Man suit out of Stark technology. This whole time, she's been wearing it around the city. They got sightings of her on YouTube, and she done built this whole suit, but never had a name for it. And this whole time, the government never knew until now when they just raided her garage when they were trying to take her back to Wakanda. In the midst of that, it's this big car chase going downtown Boston where they get caught by the Tolakan group, which is Namor's people. Nice little fight scene, pop up on the bridge, and Shuri and Riri are taken by the Klan. That's a bad name for it.
Yeah, that's a bad phrase to use. You talking about black people getting taken by the Klan.
By the Tolakan. There it is. Because it sounds like a Transformer when I say it. So
I mean, it sounds like a Mortal Kombat villain.
It's like a
Mortal Kombat boss.
I think he would be a beast in Mortal Kombat if they actually did put him in there, though. I mean, he flies with little birds on his feet. That's hard.
Yeah, but it's Warner Brothers. We're talking about Marvel, so it's not going to happen.
Y'all losing a lot of money if y'all don't do that. Let you know that now. But anyway, that goes down. Shuri and Riri get taken by Namor's crew into the ocean, into the land of Tolakan. There it is. I can't remember the name. I just seen it 3 times a day. With that being said, Okoye tried to fight him off.
And you worked today?
Yeah, I worked today.
So how did you watch the movie 3 times? You was at work today.
Hear me out. Listen. When I watched it this morning, it was like I clocked in like 9:15. I wasn't doing the work till 9:30. My first 15 minutes, I was watching that show. But then the bell rung, had to go get the furniture. Every time the customer left, I cut the movie back on. By the time 12 o'clock, I finished it the first time.
I'm gonna show you why. I'm listening to you. But I'm gonna show you why I just made this face.
Yeah, so by the time I watched it again, just to make sure.
Read the comment, yo.
You got some nerve. But you're right, though.
No, he is not. Don't do that. And you a Ravens fan.
First of all, I don't know the part with the blue part. It needed to be purple. That's like the Tampa Bay, Toronto Blue Jays coming to Orioles stand.
The Tampa Bay Toronto
Blue Jays, bro.
What? First of all, it's the Toronto Blue Jays.
That's what I said.
But you said Tampa Bay, Toronto. So you just moved the whole city in Florida to Canada.
Hey, if you gotta go.
To Florida.
If you gotta go, you gotta go. I made different travel plans. So listen. Riri and Shuri was captured. Okoye tried to fight them off but couldn't do it. Their bodyguard from Namor's camp was too strong. So, reason for that, Okoye tried to go back home, tell Wakanda, Queen Ramonda, like, look, these dudes come off on the backs of whales, hopping onto the land. They're strong. I struck them down with blows that'll kill a human being, but they got back up like they was a night of living dead. I don't know what's going on. I'm going to send my army back there to go and get them. Automatically, without thinking, Okoye wants to go back down there and fight. She keeps forgetting she just got her ass handed to her by this one dude. As much as you know, you're not thinking. You're going to lose again if you go the route. And you're still not going to get Shuri and Riri back.
Well, I mean, and that's the thing though, because that's what made her and her brother different. And that's what he tried to teach her, that you don't fight off of emotion, you fight from logic. You have to think, you have to strategize, especially when you fight in an enemy that knows your moves.
Right.
So that's what made her different from her brother. And like I said, that's the lessons he tried to teach her. Even with the first Black Panther movie, where she was like, "Yo, let's just go, bust some heads." He was like, "No, that's not what we do.
Right.
Like, like we work different. We act different. We move different. Hell, we built different."
As
So
of, we got to be
right,
smart about what we do.
right, and that's what he was trying to really convey to her and get her to understand. Which I'm like, that was just brilliant. And then to see that toward during the movie, when she did act off of emotion, she paid for it, and then eventually she was like, "All right, I need to do what my brother taught me to do," and come at it from a logic standpoint, and that's how they was able to get the upper hand. But it took her a minute, and that for me, I think that's where the story really started for her, character growth wise. It was that at that point.
Yep. So let me break down who Okoye is for people that don't know. Okoye is the leader of the Dora Milaje, which is the women who walk around in the armored suits who protect the king of Wakanda. That is his personal bodyguards. Nobody else is there, just is, and they belong to the royal family. So if you try to get near any one of them, you got to go through Okoye first, who is the general. You can talk about her face paint that's on her head. If it comes down the diagonal way, she's the leader of the thing, of the Dora Milaje. Dora.
Right,
But she gets stripped of her title just because she convinced Queen Ramonda to let Shuri go with her to get Riri. And then you lose her, despite the fact that she just lost her husband in Civil War when the buildings blew up in the beginning, and then she just lost her son. Now you just pretty much gave up her daughter. She's done. And then, like she said in her speech, when Killmonger tried to take over, you stayed there and protected Killmonger instead of trying to help her go for protection. You pretty much chose sides, but you had to understand from Okoye's perspective, she swore to protect whoever was on that throne no matter what.
right.
Even if you was a bad guy, you're on that throne, so I have to be with you. And that put her in a situation where Queen Ramonda pretty much couldn't trust her, but she forgave her in the end because you did what you were supposed to do. Now you persuaded me to let my daughter go with you, and then you lose my daughter. So I'm taking your right as general. You're no longer general of this army. You're now a regular civilian. Drop your shield and your sword and get gone. Pretty much. And that speech was so powerful. Every time I hear it, I get chills.
Because only Angela Bassett could have delivered that line like that, yo.
Only Angela Bassett, bro. And the screw job that happened at yeah. She got Bret Hart. She got screw job. That's all I'm saying. I'm mad, bro. I'm still mad about that. Queen Ramonda takes matters into her own hands and recruits Nakia, which is T'Challa's girlfriend for right now, in order to help her. I was conflicted. Yeah, I was conflicted too. Queen Ramonda tricks. She gets Nakia to help her save Shuri and Riri at the same time, which Nakia is known for being a spy. That's why she hasn't really stayed in Wakanda for long. She's always been a spy for somebody else, whether it's for the military or it's for another country. She's like more like a freedom fighter.
Right.
So she was no longer going to be living in Wakanda. She lived places after places just because of that fact. And when she asked her for help, she tried to deny it by saying she's no longer that person that she used to be, without telling Queen Ramonda why she's no longer that person.
Now see, now you said, but they made her like she was back in Compton trying to save Trey.
This is why me and he can't be on the shit. Because I understand what he's saying. And it was like, bro, Naeem, I hate you, bro. Just to let you know. Let you know. All right. Once Nakia agrees to help Queen Ramonda save the throne and go get Shuri and Riri, she does some kind of manipulative tactics that she actually learns the Namor's crew's language. She finds some kind of machine that she can swim down there, kidnap them, or bring them back up to the surface without Namor knowing. All Queen Ramonda had to do was pretty much the illusion. I want to come up here. I want to call Namor, talk to him. Namor specifically told her, if I catch anybody down there trying to get her, I'm going to hurt you. Once he went back down there, found out one of his people was dying, and then she literally told him, they came for her. They got her. My man went severely God mode and pretty much took on the whole city. It was nothing that Wakanda could do to prepare for that. When they beat you with pretty much the same element that surrounds you, which is water. And if you know anything I know from the Bible, is flooding is dangerous. Flooding is very dangerous. That's exactly what it reminded me of, bro. The flood. Everybody was getting hurt. People were dying. M'Baku got punched. You know M'Baku, the leader of the gorilla tribe, he was hurt. That one punch took him 25 feet the other way. And you're a big boy. For you to get punched that hard by this dude who's half superhuman, half mutant, you're not winning that fight. You tried.
I just felt like this dude was more of a I don't know. I feel like he should pop up in an X-Men episode. Naeem, what do you mean by I'm not buying it? Because you keep saying mutant, and yeah, he do. I just feel like he was in the wrong universe. He should have been in the X-Men universe.
In the comic, they call him a mutant anyway, because he had the back and forth conflicts with what happened to him, with how he became a mutant, and then his human life. It was only because to save his mother from the conquistadors back in the day, he had to take the heart-shaped herb because she was pregnant with him. Ooh.
He said, y'all fought of Thanos but got beat by Baywatch. Oh my God.
What is going on here? What is going on here? All right, so the difference with that is who's on one today? He's on one today.
He must have been home waiting. He was waiting for this.
The difference is this is more of a cosmic. Thanos was more of a cosmic threat. You see what I'm saying? You had help, but this one was predicted. This one wasn't predicted. Infinity War Endgame, Captain America told you this was coming. He told everybody. Only two people knew that Thanos was going. That Namor was coming, which was Shuri and Queen Ramonda. That's all. The city had nothing to do with it. They sitting there cooking on the grill, having good old time, dancing, and then all of a sudden your streets get flooded, and then it turns into 30 days and nights. In a matter of 10 minutes, the whole sea is attacked by army, by Namor's army. You have no preparation for that. Yet alone, everybody there in his army is 10 times stronger than your people.
I'm just saying, like, Aquaman and DC ain't got this kind of power.
Aquaman's
oh, okay. So what? The most technology city ever had. So the most, okay, I had to remember trying to figure out the most technical city ever, and nobody knew how to swim.
Nobody. The fact that they know how to swim. which is a good point. They never knew how to swim in this movie, but you couldn't detect him on the radar.
Hold on, is he talking about Wakanda?
Yeah,
I mean, it's a desert. Africa's I'm gonna say landlocked because it's surrounded by water, but
right.
Wakanda was landlocked. Like they ain't got no swimming pools around there.
It was like they were doing the council. It was like, you mean to tell me this guy swam 300 meters and none of our Navy men detected him? You can't. His whole body is vibranium. So, like I said
Right,
before,
I get that, but what I'm saying to Naeem's comment, like it's not like Wakanda got swimming pools and
right?
anything like that. Like it's not like it's a town where they go swimming.
They have creeks in between cities. That's it.
Sir, T'Challa's stage came up out a river.
That was on the back end of Wakanda. That was on the back end of Wakanda. That's pretty much the same route that Namor went down, but he went down the beginning of the Outer Banks. So it's the same route because it's the same waterfall. Because you see the waterfall in the background of Wakanda Forever. It's the same waterfall, but just further down the stream. They don't. They can swim, but you're not going to swim as fast as them. They live in the water.
And not just that, he flooded. Like you said, it was a flood of biblical proportion.
It was, bro.
It was
Like,
the reason why God told Noah to make an ark because he knew Noah couldn't swim in that. Let me
yeah.
see you tread water, and let me see you tread water in that.
And boom, how Queen Ramonda died. Her house, the castle. Once you look at it from their point of view, where they sit at, and the council where they sitting at, the bottom level of it is water. So you go across the bridge and sit on the council, and you discuss everything. So once all he had to do was blow up the bottom of it. He went to the middle of the glass, looked at him, was like, "This is it for you. You want to come to me and do what I got to do? You kill my dog, I kill your cat."
I just couldn't accept that. I couldn't accept these superior people got taken out by angry fire hydrant.
Yeah,
You
it
know what? You're on one today, Naeem.
it kind of makes sense. Like I had to watch the behind the scenes of it, and what he was talking was, in order for it to be a perfect challenge, you had to have somebody with the same knowledge of vibranium, but know how to use it in a different way that you do. Just because of the fact that they were born in it, they had to drink it and everything. So when they come to them, they are more superior than Wakanda. They just don't have the kind of technology that they have in order to defend off everything. They have the speed and the power, but eventually it's going to catch up to you. The same way it did in this movie, how it caught Namor off guard. You can do as much as you can, but sooner or later it's going to strike. You might have to go back. I got like a couple more notes. I'm almost done though. Queen Ramonda dies trying to save Riri. She sacrificed whatever's left of her body from trying to swim upstream to get Riri out of the water in order just for her to go back home after everything was over.
That was motherly instinct.
I'm happy you said that. When my conclusion, when I get there, I'm gonna take that note and I'm gonna give yourself a pat on the back when we get there.
What did he say? Until you put that in the air fryer, for real?
I'm not doing this for him today. When the Mystic Queen Ramonda dying, they automatically gave the heart shaped herb, but she was trying to figure out how to fix it to Shuri. Shuri figured out how to fix it and she took it. And for her to go the route that she went, she winds up seeing Killmonger in her past, in that the mental mind game, the ancestral plane where they go at. She thought she was going to see her mother, but she winds up seeing Killmonger. The reason why she's seeing Killmonger, which is her cousin, is because right now she's looking through the eyes of an angry person.
And you know what though? I was surprised to see Michael B. Jordan reprise that for the movie, and that was a big secret. They really kept that quiet.
Right.
Uh, I think that's the one thing, one of the small things that they deviated from the comic, because in that actual scene, it was T'Challa that came to her. So, but since Chadwick's gone, and they probably could have did like some CGI thing and AI and all this other crap.
We didn't want to.
Yeah, and so they just got Michael B to reprise Killmonger real quick and have him come in and do what he had to do, so she can go do what she had to do.
But he made perfect sense when he was talking to her. He kept asking her, "Why did you take the herb?" And she kept saying, "Because she wanted to see her mother." And he was like, "That's cap. You wanted to take the herb because you wanted the power of the Black Panther to go whip this man's ass. Let's just be completely honest." And she was like, "No." But so he pointed out to her like, "Your father was a hypocrite. He killed his own brother. As much as he was stealing and everything, he killed his own brother. The only noble person was T'Challa. He's seeing the good in everybody, and that's what caused what's going on because he's seeing the good in everybody and tried to help him out. So he told her, "You're going to be noble like your brother, or you're going to handle business and get this shit done like me." And the more it started flaring up, you could see the fire in the background because she started to feel more and more like Killmonger. She's pretty much losing herself.
Yo, real quick, shout out to my homeboy Leonard. He just popped up watching the show. So shout out to you, y'all. Appreciate you coming through.
Right. Shout out to Leonard. Appreciate you, man. It's Leonard, man, Leonard.
What?
I'm about to say Leonard turns into the Black Panther. I don't even know you, bro. Appreciate it. Shuri snapped out of it.
You can't be the Black Panther.
I'm not doing this.
You gonna say something? Watch.
Shuri snaps out of it and winds up donning the helmet of the Black Panther. But she's still conflicted because she's still enraged with anger. And just she never listened to her brother in the first one. How do you control your anger? But she's so lost. She just lost her mother. She lost her brother. And then she lost her father within about a good 5 years span. And then she lost her city. There's nothing left for her but war. So in the midst of that, Nakia comes to her and says, "Look, man, you haven't been on the same terms since your brother, but I want to know who you seen in that realm because if I'm gonna go to war with you, I want to know who am I going to war with, the angry side of you or the good side of you." It never told her. But you find out later on, the only person that brought her back was Riri because you can't beat Namor physically. You got to beat him scientifically. You had to go back to your roots and beat him.
Right.
He's too strong in the water. And he's out the water too long. He's going to need that water to get back. So how do you beat him? You turn the heat up on him. Turn your ship into a heater, catch him, and dry him out. Which that brings me to the final fight when they brought Shuri had a specific kind of suit called the Midnight Angels. Those are pretty much the suits that she had for the Dora Milaje when stuff got rough. She turned all them into female Iron Mans with wings. Air fryer, dead. The final fight was consistent. It was pretty much basically a trap to capture Namor, to put him on the ship, to dry him out to the point where he needed to confess or she can actually kill him. Her plan was to literally kill him.
So in other words, they caught him and put his ass in a.
Yeah. But I'm trying to figure out is it a main stage or is it a Value City one?
Or is it a ninja?
Is it the ninja with the cooking things he got on there? You know that thing got 3 different speeds. That's what I'm saying. It'll turn that into a fish steak. Yeah, the final fight did what it's supposed to do. They had the military followed by M'Baku's turn that dude into.
Turn that dude to a wing stop and cook him.
The final fight was pretty much to use a diversion for the rest of Wakanda's army, the military, the navy, the guerrilla tribe, and Dora Milaje to fight the Namor's people on the ship. While Yuri in her Ironheart suit, the Midnight Angels, as well as Shuri as the Black Panther, get Namor off the water and into the desert where she finally fights him. That part I was cool with until you got to the end, and the fight was hardcore, especially when she snatched the wings off his ankles. I kind of felt that even though I ain't got no wings on my ankles. I wish I did sometime, but there had to be some strong wings to carry me. Final fight was good. At the end of the day, he tapped out. And he finally seen the light of his day because she was really about to kill him until she had a vision of her mother telling her, show who you are, not nobody else. Beat him the way you want to beat him. So she came to the conclusion, like, look, if you tap out right now, we will protect your family and your crew down in the water. But if you don't agree with me, I'm going to kill you right here. He agreed. He sent his whole army back in the water. Now, with that being said, all my points are done on that part. I'm going to my side notes now. The side notes is sorry, had to do it.
Go ahead.
There you go. Namor was mentioned in Infinity War when they had the meeting with Black Widow. Any new things popping up on your radar? Okoye gets on the screen and says there's an earthquake outside of Wakanda that's inside the water. Black Widow said, how do you handle it? Okoye says, we handle it by not handling it. We don't know what's in that water. As long as it don't come up and bite us in the butt, I'm leaving it alone. Until that happens, leave it alone. We found out that was the first machine that was made, exploded in the water.
Right.
That caused the earthquake under the ground. That's pretty much started the whole thing.
I mean, well, most all earthquakes are underground.
Brown, yeah, you know. I didn't pay attention to Bill Nye all the time, but I was there.
I'm just saying though, yo.
I got you.
I've never seen an above ground earthquake. Those are normally called thunderstorms.
Well, then you seen one then.
I've never seen one. I've heard one. Never seen thunder.
You ever seen me walk down the street?
No, I'm not falling for that trap.
All right, cool.
Naeem said, I don't think she should have let him go. She should have filleted him, put some hot sauce on him, and made an example out of him.
Right. Technically, he's right. That'd have been the Killmonger side of what he was talking about. You want to get over here and handle business, or you want to be noble like your brother. Being noble like her brother was pretty much how they were raised. If I don't have to put hands on you, I won't.
But when though? You know what I'm saying? Because at some point, like you said, unfortunately, yeah, you want to be diplomatic like your brother, but some people gotta get laid down. Like your brother laid his cousin down, the same one that told you that you need to be a beast. Your brother laid down.
Yeah, but he didn't want to.
But he had to.
But he had to.
And with this dude, she should have laid him down. Not to make an example out of him as Naeem is saying, talking about she should have fricasseed his ass. Fricasseed him. But like, and also like he just said now, he could be a problem later.
Yeah, I'm gonna get to that too. After she donned the helmet of the Black Panther, M'Baku told her, if you kill this guy, you're risking eternal war. And we don't have enough people to keep constantly fighting his people. We're going to be wiped out within about another 10 years. If you kill this guy, they're going to keep coming. There's going to be nowhere to hide because, quote unquote, to his country, he's a god. So if somebody hurts your god, you're going to keep coming until everybody's gone. So if you kill
Or
him,
you could just make the ocean one boiling pot of hot water. That's all I'm saying.
you trying to turn it into a low country boil.
Right.
You know what? Honestly, I would have just gave him Riri. Here you go, take her. Leave me
Oh
alone.
damn.
Leave me alone. Leave me alone. So, side note that besides the fact that Namor was mentioned in the Infinity War, there was a love scene with Namor and Shuri taking out the movie because during the movie they started falling in love with each other doing her scientific theories and the reason why he was protecting his clan from what was going on in the government. You can actually see that during the movie how they started eh, mentally falling in love with each other.
Yeah, but see, I don't even know why they even because
That was one of the ones that was needed but not necessary.
yeah, yeah, and at the same time it's a Disney movie.
Right. So I'm happy they took it out because I'd have been like, bruh, she's fucking a fish guy.
Yeah.
I'd have been no more good. That baby would have been real crazy. The half panther, half dolphin.
It'd have been fast as hell.
It's
On land and sea.
right. Side note for this one is M'Baka is the new Black Panther. M'Baka.
I don't know why every time you say certain names, my head goes somewhere else. Like when you keep mentioning dude's name, I'm thinking about Finding Nemo, and you was like M'Baka, that old Be More Close, like just popped in my head just now.
Bruh. He becomes the new Black Panther. Shuri gave him that helmet. She didn't want to fight for it. She just gave it to him because I think she realized she's not mentally ready to take on that throne. She knows that M'Baku, don't you sing that song? She
I
knows that.
wasn't gonna do it till you said something.
I know. He is mentally ready to take on that throne. He made a cautious choice by after the city got flooded. He told the rest of the villagers to come up to my land because first of all, it's too cold up there. Namor is not going all the way up there. He's not going up there. So the best bet for you is to bring him up there. So he made the smarter decision. So therefore, she gave him the helmet while she took time off to find inner peace. Within that inner peace, she went to Haiti, which is where Nakia lives at with her 6-year-old son. Her 6-year-old son, of course, is T'Challa's. She became pregnant, I want to say, right after Infinity War or after.
So Black Panther got a baby.
Black Panther got a baby. It's one of the post-credit scenes at the end of the movie. I mean, he is too big to be Black Panther in the comic book. He was also Black Panther first. He was Black Panther before Shuri, because her mother, Queen Ramonda, also knew that Shuri wasn't ready because she couldn't control her temper. So they gave it to M'Baku first. It was M'Baku, and then after he got slayed, it was Killmonger. Killmonger took over, and then that's when Shuri had to take over and fight him. Because in the comic book, she defeats him using science. Royal what? Royal bastard. I'm not doing this today with him either. So the other rumor was
you think about it, he is though. He really is though. T'Challa's son. You really think about it, he's the heir to Wakanda.
He is.
And this is as unfortunate as it is. This is very apropos. This is very correct. He is a royal bastard
because they're not married.
Right.
They're not married. So that brings you to my conclusion when I get there. The other rumor is Killmonger never died in the first one.
No. He died.
Listen, it was supposed to be a Killmonger Namor team up before T'Challa's passing. That was one of the rumors going around. because you see him in the end of the Black Panther when he said, "Bury me amongst the sea to be with my peoples." That was his part to actually put his body in the water. That is supposed to go down in the water to where Namor was. Namor was supposed to use the heart-shaped herb to bring him back, because they wasn't going to use the heart-shaped herb to bring back Killmonger, but Namor was supposed to. That would have brought him in to the Black Panther 2, which
Read
would
the
have been
comment, yo. That's supposed to be Storm.
I get it, because I really wanted to see. Well, I didn't want to see that part, but I don't know how to word this, but yeah, I wanted to see.
You want to see Black Panther and Storm get together?
Yeah, but they'll probably do that for another timeline after Secret Wars.
But you can't, because the Black Panther's dead.
They got to make another movie or another person sooner or later.
No, they're never going to do it.
I think they will, but it's going to be after Secret Wars. So you probably won't see another Black Panther for like another after the last, probably another 4 years from now. They got to let that part go. Yeah, it was supposed to be a team up with Killmonger, and Namor around that same time, because Black Panther, T'Challa was supposed to be hurt, and that helmet was supposed to go to M'Baku in that meantime while he was hurt. So M'Baku was been supposed to have this helmet during the midst of the ending of it. During the war, T'Challa Poe got hurt, but quote unquote he passed away, so everything changed. Another rumor was, what is it? Oh, Killmonger was also supposed to get the helmet in this movie in order to fight him. If they did it that way, it would have been the way that Shuri got him and persuaded him to understand that this guy is not doing us no good by keep attacking his land. Even though you weren't born here, this is still your people's. He's killing your peoples in order to try to get what he wants. I know you like to be a war dog, but at the same time, this war dog is killing your people. The land that you tried to fight so hard to come back and get to, he's destroying. So either you want to team up over here, or I'm going to have to find a way to get rid of you. Now, I don't know how that would have went. It probably would have went for a good-ass movie. A good fight scene between Killmonger and Namor would have been good.
Yeah, I think that would have been a good movie, yeah.
It would have been a good movie. But, like you said, the passing, things had to get flipped around. Because they mentioned Namor, Chadwick Boseman winning Namor in the first Black Panther. But they ain't find the right character fitting. And they thought it would have been too much for the first movie. Which I don't think it would have been. I wouldn't have mind seeing the 3-hour Black Panther movie.
Side note, off topic. X-Men 97 had T'Challa, not T'Challa, as Black Panther. So how they going to circle back to him and Storm? My bad, sipping on 1800, LOL.
You need to stop that. You need to sip on $17.99. Get off of 1800.
You about to have people looking up $17.99, yo. You know that, right?
I know. We will see who's special or not. Angela Bassett was nominated for an Oscar for this movie, and she lost to Jamie Lee Curtis, who starred in Anything, Anytime, Always. The movie sounded something like that. It reminded me of a Janet Jackson song, but she got that role. She won it over Angela Bassett. The funny part about that is, the seriousness of it, Angela Bassett kept it cool. She kept it. Did you watch that when it happened?
No, I don't watch the Oscars.
But this in particular one, I wanted to watch because my whole family knew she was going to get this role. She was going to get this trophy. I think the world knew she was going to get it because that speech was impactful. But then when she don't get it, she got lost to Jamie Lee Curtis, who been chasing her brother around for past 30 years. And all of a sudden, she get one.
Yeah, put the 1800 down because you can't spell. He put this first. She was effing Rob. He put robbed.
She was, but she handled it like a grown woman. She still clapped for Jamie Lee Curtis because it really wasn't no bad blood. It was just a big shock.
But you notice all of them do that. All of them do that when they feel like that they should have won or they should have got the award, but they're always going to be pleasantly happy for the other person.
Absolutely.
And probably when the cameras got cut off and she's back in the limo
Yeah.
talking to Courtney, she was like, "This bitch, yeah."
Right. Because after that went down, she clapped up, did everything, and then the next scene that possibly in the next scene, the next award that was given out was Michael B. Jordan and what is his name? What is his name?
I don't know.
The dude that played in Creed with him. Forgot it that fast.
Are you talking about the one that got locked up from for not hitting the girl and lost all his upcoming movies?
Yeah, he got it for hitting the girl, but not hitting the girl, but he choked her, but didn't choke her.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. Yeah, we all know who you're talking about.
Yeah, they got up on stage and they pretty much told her, "Mama," and they give her the head nod. Like they know we understand the assignment. We know what happened. We know what happened. You know what happened. We still love you. You still our queen.
Right.
And Angela Bassett just took it. That is black excellence because I'd have been in that motherfucker.
And that's why you'd have never been invited back.
Yeah, I've never been invited back. Ultimate side note, I think
the same Oscars when Will Smith slapped Chris Tucker.
I think this was like a year later.
Okay.
This was a year after that. That's why I think they should have gave it to her, at least half of that. All black people ain't like. I thought they thought Angela Bassett was gonna get up and throw hands. Nah, we ain't on that level. Angela Bassett too classy. Becky Lynch had a role in this movie.
Jonathan Majors is the guy's name.
There it is, Jonathan Majors. Yeah, I still respect you, dude. I don't know if you did it or not. It's not my opinion, but keep doing what you're doing.
No, it's been evidence that came out that he never touched that girl. The Uber driver said that he literally asked him, and which is crazy because they would not, like the Uber driver said he got interviewed by they would not interview him. Like the state's attorney and the police would not talk to him. And he went out and said that he never touched her. He got out the car, asked him to pull over, and got out the car and started walking. Then there was video footage on random buildings along the route where he was walking and she was following him. And then she stopped this couple and talked about how he attacked her. But he was walking in front of her the whole time.
So I don't know where the string of marks came from on her neck, but I ain't got nothing to do with it.
Yeah, but he never touched her.
Not
like Diddy and what's her name?
Oh, well, he touched her.
And dragged her.
Yeah, he yeah, that's a whole other situation.
Right.
Becky Lynch had a role in this movie, but it didn't make the final cut. But if you actually do research on it, it's about 4 people that's supposed to be starring in this movie who don't have their titles of who they were supposed to be in this movie, and Becky Lynch is one of them. Me personally, I think that they're going to use her role for another part because now you have her in the movie in the Marvel Cinematic Universe as well as her husband Seth Rollins.
What movie is he in?
He is going to be in the new Captain America: Brave New World.
Okay.
He is one of the main villains, so he's going to have a surprising role constantly if they do it right.
And he's been heavily advertised, so they're not cutting him out.
Heavily advertised, then you're absolutely right. Now, for my connections to this movie, is going for future projects down the line, which have been confirmed to be coming out within the next 2 to 3 years. All of them are based off of Wakanda Forever, which is pretty much the Captain America Brave New World, because all his equipment is pretty much vibranium. You had to get it from somewhere.
So, help me understand. So, is this taking place after Wakanda Forever or after the Infinity Wars?
What? Captain America?
Yeah.
Captain America is taking place after Wakanda Forever. It's kind of like in between, but you can tell it's taking place after. When they first shot it, it was going to be before Wakanda Forever, but it just made better sense to do it after. 'Cause that's when the fighting for the armor started to happen. T'Challa, T'Challa's gone, and then Tony Stark is gone. So everybody is fighting for the armor for vibranium. And
Yeah, what
then
do you mean by gone? Like Tony's dead?
yeah,
What? Tony died in Infinity War.
so yeah, he died in Endgame after the snap. He was the reason why everybody brought back to normal.
All right, so this is at the end game.
Yeah, this is at the end game.
So this is at the end game before Infinity War.
This is, but all right, let me get it straight. Endgame happened after Tony Stark. Tony Stark's death was in Endgame. Falcon and Winter Soldier TV show was after that. That was the baseline for Brave New World. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Because Winter Soldier's new arm is made out of vibranium.
Right, but I'm just trying to get the timeline because you said it's connections. You're saying that this happened after Wakanda Forever,
Right.
but Tony Stark is dead. Tony dies in
Yes, in Endgame.
Endgame.
I
Right.
was saying that because when Tony Stark died, you had the government trying to get all the government and the low level people trying to get all his armor and his tech.
Right. I'm just trying to make sure that this is taking place before the final battle with Thanos. So this is not Infinity War.
No, this is after that. This is after that. Everything going on from now on is after that.
Right. So wasn't Infinity War the last battle with Thanos?
Endgame was the last battle.
Okay, so I'm flopping them. All right.
Yeah.
All right, I'm switching them. Okay.
Everything is going on after that. And
so Cap dies in this one. So Cap died in Endgame.
Cap, quote unquote, didn't die. He went back to his original timeline.
But I thought he aged and died.
No, he didn't age and die. He went back to it because nobody knows if he died or not. He went back. Right. They showed him he lost everything for not touching the. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this. Yeah, Cap went back in time to get that last dance he never got with Peggy. You know that he went back to the 40s to get that last dance. The Captain America that we see that's old, he pretty much came back and he passed that torch on to Falcon, which pretty much he went back and became his regular age he was supposed to be. So now he donned him. Falcon now is Captain America.
So Papa Doc is Captain America.
Yes.
I'm sorry. Anthony Mackie has come a long way since 8 Mile. Okay? Even before 8 Mile, he was getting work. But I'm sorry. He will forever be known to me as Papa Doc, y'all.
You're right. Captain America Brave New World, which is the movie that's coming out next year. Ironheart, which is about to be a TV series on Disney Plus, which is basically going around the story of Riri Wilson and how she became Ironheart. She's pretty much the Black Iron Man and female. She's just as smart as him. Get off everything. It's going to be crazy. Armor Wars, which is a TV series with Rhodey in it. Darn cool.
That's like a video game when you're playing with armor tech.
Yeah, like Contra back in the day on Nintendo.
No, I ain't talking about like that. I'm talking about, never mind.
No. Armor Wars, Midnight Angels, which is the Okoye spinoff, her and Nikita. They're going to no, Jesus. Aneka, that's her name, Aneka, which is one of the other soldiers from the Dora Milaje. This is their spinoff in order to help.
That's like an upscale stripper name.
It is. Wow. No, I'm not doing this.
It's like an upscale stripper club. Hold on. Hold on.
What happened now? Okoye, which is also going to be, she's going to have her own spin-off on this whole thing as well. Those are the connections. Now, for my final thing is my thoughts and my conclusion. The moral of the story to me is grief, in which it goes along with the certain movies that are in this phase, such as Loki, WandaVision, and Eternals. In Black Panther, it was no different. Everybody suffered from grief due to the fact that T'Challa's death and T'Chaka's death from Civil War. With that being said, it's also about motherhood. Queen Ramonda had to protect her daughter by any means necessary, even when she thought it was going to be a bad idea. She gave her the shot, trusted her family. Motherhood kicked in. I'm gonna need to get my daughter back by any means necessary.
But I think also for her, it just wasn't her daughter. It was her and an entire country that she was the mother of, and she had to protect.
Yep. Like
So
I said,
it just wasn't. It just wasn't Riri. It was a whole Wakanda.
and I feel as though you took my notes.
Huh?
I feel as though you took my notes. She lost her husband in Civil War. She lost T'Challa in Infinity War when he got blipped. And then when he came back in Endgame, thanks to Iron Man, he winds up dying through an illness. And then she lost her daughter for a certain amount of time, as well as trying to take care of a city that has no king. You have to put all them hats on to do that. Shuri was the same way. She had to do everything. And now Nakia has to protect her son from the throne and the responsibility of Black Panther. So that's why it was also given the Black Panther throne to M'Baku so he could take over, because Shuri does not have that mental mind frame at this moment to become queen of a country after she just lost all that she's lost. She's not ready to do that. So she gave it to somebody who was ready. Nakia has to protect her son because she knows there's going to be a certain time where he's going to have to take that throne. But she knows she wants him to be a child first. That's what her and T'Challa agreed on. Let him be a child first. Get away from all the responsibilities. Let him be a boy. Pretty much, in them words. But now you got to protect him because the government is coming for that country. And what do you want to do by then? If M'Baku goes, Shuri goes, it's either going to have to go to Nakia or Okoye because their son is too young. So you got to witness, if they do this right, there's going to be about 5 different Black Panthers before the son gets it.
Yeah. But you also know how, like, in Hollywood, everything is accelerated time-wise. So
I know. Ladies and
like
gentlemen,
3 years from now, and all of a sudden, the little boy is 25 years old.
oh, bro, I just seen this dude last week. He was just running around kicking a soccer ball on a dirt field, and all of a sudden he's driving a Ferrari down the street.
I just feel like out of all the countries to go to, why go to Haiti? It's like all the countries, if you went to Haiti, like.
Well, it's the third world country. That's how you stay under the radar. You go to the places where the government ain't going. Haiti. It's just like Wakanda.
And it's poverty. Gangs and warlords and shit. Haiti's get murdered in front of their house.
Maybe they was on the east side of Haiti. I don't know.
A country that has the same name as the gateway to hell. That's all I'm saying.
That's Haiti with a D, man.
The same thing, yo. It's hot. It's miserable. You suffer. Haitians will be hitting though.
Yeah, that concludes my class. I hope y'all enjoyed it, and I have more to come. It's going to be fun. I enjoyed after reviewing this movie. This is probably one of my favorite movies about the past 3 years. Nobody will understand that but me. But I liked it. I do feel as though it was rushed a little bit due to the timeline that they had to put the movie out. And there were certain things in the movie that really didn't have to be in the movie, but you put it in there because it referenced what's going on in the future. I think they could have did it 3 different ways.
Nah, I'm with you on that. I think though, but it's a good start to what's to come. Let Kevin do his thing and just stay out of his way. I hope and I pray that they don't bring The Rock into the MCU. And if they do, Kevin Feige needs to put his foot on his neck and like, I run this, not you, because we saw what you did to Black Adam. I don't know how you killed the whole franchise. And I like The Rock. Like, I'm a true fan of Dwayne Johnson. But you murdered a whole franchise.
You decided to do this movie at the end of DC's timeline. This movie didn't even have the backing that you thought it was going to have, because in the midst of you doing that movie, James Gunn was being promoted as the new director of the DC universe, the Warner Brothers. And he already said he didn't want to do a Black Adam, so we're going to just go to push his movie out, and once it's done, The Rock is done.
Well, you know, he put his money into this movie.
Huh?
The Rock put a lot of his own money into the Black Adam movie.
Yeah, but the thing is, what he did that was overpowered. He literally put a spot in there for Henry Cavill to play Superman in that movie. But at the same time, you did that behind James Gunn's back, because you thought they was going to give you the board to the WB. They pretty much told him he was going to get it, but at the same time, James Gunn came with a better proposal than you, and then they gave it to him. Without calling,
that, but you showed your hand.
Yeah, you showed your hand too early. If he'd have showed his hand different, he probably would have got it. He probably would have got it. He had a good concept for the movie. If he would have stuck to the goals, he would have got it, and it'd have been better than what it was.
Yeah, but him making the executive decision to keep changing it was just ridiculous. So that's what you ended up with. But on a lighter note, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we will be back next week with the breakdown of the WWE live from Saudi Arabia King and Queen tournament. So that's what we're going to be doing next week, next Saturday. So please come and join us so we can have some more fun like we always do up here. Also, we will be doing part 3 and 4 of Fast and Furious the week following. So that will be fun for me, because I'm finding out some tidbits, especially about Paul Walker. And yeah, so good stuff though. Good stuff. Good stuff. And please keep in mind, when I say Fast and the Furious Part 3 and Part 4, I'm actually talking about Fast and the Furious Part, 4, Fast and the Furious, and the movie that followed that, because we're doing these in chronological order. So if you realize that from the last episode that we did on Fast and the Furious, because Tokyo Drift will not be part of this, but it's coming up. So, but we're doing this in chronological order, how the story actually played out and how it should have played out, and some other stuff that took place of why the movies wound up coming out the way that they did. So, yes. And we got some new series alerts, new series alert.
We got to keep that. I think I like that.
So we're going to be doing some Transformer stuff that's coming up. Danny and I are going to be doing a breakdown of X-Men 97 since the series is now over, and we want to make sure that we tackle the 10 episodes before season 2 rolls out, which I know we got some time on. So we're definitely going to be doing that. We are tackling the world of John Wick, the Continental. So we're going to be starting on that really soon. We got a lot of stuff in the bag, a lot of stuff in the bank that's coming up. So we just thank y'all for support. Thank y'all for showing up every Saturday. And even those who don't show up and watch the replay, We respect and we honor you and we thank you for giving your love and support and just taking time out your day to sit with two fat guys who just like to have fun and make people laugh and drop a little knowledge on you while we're doing it.
So, that meantime, before we close out, I need a question from you. I need you to choose, just like last time. Are we going to? You want me to do AM or AOU?
AM or AOU?
AOU or AM?
I don't even know what the hell you mean.
They Marvel movies. I don't want to say them all loud because if we decide not to do one of them at a time.
Oh,
AM,
AOU.
AMQ or AOU?
AOU.
A bet.
AOU.
No strings on me.
But, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, two fat guys podcast. Once again, want to thank you for coming and hanging out with us. We appreciate y'all so much. Tune in next week as we do the King and Queen tournament breakdown, plus the other matches that are taking place, like Cody Rhodes versus Paul Logan.
Paul Logan?
Logan Paul, whatever. Look, when you got two first names, expect people to screw it up. All right?
Expect your brother going to get knocked out next week. In 8 days, your brother's going to get knocked out by a WWE Hall of Fame. Bro, Cody was Brazilian. You were Brazilian.
Yeah, I just want to say on a side note, if for some strange reason Mike Tyson get knocked out by Jake Paul, I'm done.
Can happen.
I'm done.
All I'm saying is this.
I would no longer be the Santa Claus. The Tooth Fairy is dead. Peter Pan grew up. You understand what I'm saying?
Listen. This goes to show you that Tyson has nothing to lose. Because if Jake Paul wins, what do you get from it? You punched out almost a 60-year-old man. Even though
if you lose, you got knocked out by a 60-year-old man.
Yeah.
So it's not a good look for Jake, no matter what happens.
No matter what. You can knock out Mike Tyson, he's still an Iron Mike at the end of the day.
Yeah.
If he knocks you out, your brother has to go with the king in the ring and realize his brother's a bitch.
But at least his brother got knocked out by one of the greatest, though, so it won't be that bad. It'll be a load of respect on his name. Like, yo, you got knocked out by Mike Tyson. At least you got beat by one of the best.
Liverpool's it's not working. It's not working.
Nah.
It's not working.
Yo, but I feel like, I can't, yo. My body won't let me. Like, but have you seen the training videos of Mike Tyson, though, yo?
Yeah. So, this clip on TikTok, the dude said, the lady pops up on the screen. She has a picture of Mike Tyson and Logan, Jake Paul in the back. She goes, am I the only one ready for Jake Paul to knock out Mike Tyson? And this black dude pop up and says, no, because it's Mike Tyson. You can have a cane, 2 wheelchairs, and a dirt bike. It's still Mike Tyson.
2 canes, a wheelchair, and a dirt bike.
The only man in life nobody actually volunteered to fight.
Yeah, no.
It was like, look, there's only 2 reasons why I fight Mike Tyson. You mess with my family, and then you disrespect me on a regular. It's nah. Other than that, I'm gonna leave you alone.
Nah, right. And even then, if you disrespect my family, I gotta really question how good have you been to me?
Like, do I really love you?
Right. You know, what Martin say? What Martin say that old ass stand that she was like, I'm still waiting on those Air Jordans I asked my mama for.
Bruh. Man.
All right, y'all. We out of here. Love y'all. Stay safe. Be blessed. We out.